go. Woo! Let's race! Let's go!
Beautiful day out here, Dave.
It sure is a beautiful day, Torry.
Yeah, out here at Wood Spring, it's the sun's out, middle of March. It's quiet.
It's very quiet. The snow's still on the pond. It's going to be soon when we can jump in that pond and go for a swim, maybe do some fishing this year.
Definitely. It'd be great to have some fish in the pond.
Yeah. Dogs, take the dog for a walk out here. It's nice we could cross the creek. The water's low enough to get across the creek. Anyways, what do we got planned for this year?
Well, there'll be a lot of camping, a lot of families being able to enjoy this peaceful, wonderful place.
Where is this place? If we were to look on the Google map of life, where could we find Wood Spring?
We're in Marilla.
On the corner of Four Rod Road in Parker. The little sign says Wood Spring Club.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. What do we got planned for this year? Anything good?
Well, we definitely have Music Fest.
Music Fest?
Music Fest will be July 13th. It's an awesome event. We have a whole bunch of bands play for the afternoon.
Yeah?
And you can come in, relax, sit back.
So it's like bring a picnic lunch, or maybe bring your barbecue, kind of like tailgate with a lot of good local bands, people that we know like McCarthyism and some folks from the Sportsman Tavern.
Exactly.
And how many stages are we going to have this year?
We have a stage right back behind us.
Yeah?
And then we have this, the main stage just right over there.
Yeah, that's a big one, right?
Exactly.
Huh. And last year we had about 500 people show up, didn't we?
Exactly, and all the feedback from the 500 people that did give us feedback loved it. They're looking forward again. Recently, when we just posted Music in the Woods for this year, within the week we've already had a reach of nearly 200 likes on our Facebook
Holy
page.
mackerels. So this year we changed the date though, right? It's the 13th of July?
Yes.
Yeah, and it goes from like 1 o'clock until dark.
Exactly.
Be a lot of swimming, hiking, right? Lots of kids activity. This is a very family-friendly place. That's the whole idea of the founders when this place was made in 1959, and they took an old steam shovel and dug this hole here that we call Wood Spring, the lake. The idea was to provide a place for kids and for families and dads and moms to come kind of have their own paradise.
Exactly. You get, what are we at, 60?
Almost 60 acres of land that you own.
Yeah, because when you become a member, you're also an owner.
So it's a land cooperative.
Exactly.
So when you pay your dues, you actually own the property that you're camping on, hopefully.
Yes, and that's unique, and that's different from just going to a campsite where you're just renting it.
I know I made some improvements on the campsite that I usually use every year up there on the hill, right?
Yes.
And I know I keep my tent out here the whole summer. I have 2 tents actually. One's like a garage, and one is a camping to sleep in. And it's kind of nice. You come home from work on Fridays, you just make the barbecue go and sit out there with your family and eat some hot dogs. But why don't we go for a walk and we'll maybe take a hike?
Check the woods, what kind of shape we're in March, and something's always good.
So like, you know, there's actual real hiking out here. It's not just flat. Could be a good place to fish for some trout or a big white dog. Careful, because you're going to shake. Good boy. So if you're a runner, like in the summertime, these trails are pretty clean, right? And if you're a trail runner, like what I used to do is ride my bike out. So I would make a nice, ride from East Aurora on bike, and then what I would do is run these trails. And when I was done running the trails, I'd jump in the pond and go for a swim. It was like doing a mini triathlon. It was great, man. When I was a kid, there was a really cool lean-to here. This is all that's left of it. Right here. We used to call this the Indian Lookout place. And all these this old wood here, that was like a lean-to. People could camp out right here. Last year, there were some hawks that were born right there. There's a huge hawk's nest right up there. And we also got screech owls, which are a little bit scary at night. They sound kind of like the Wicked Witch of the East or West, screeching like that kind of stuff, you know. But this part right here we call like the Whispering Pines, because there's a lot of pines and it's quiet. And you can see that some members have made some improvements here, like put some benches and you can kind of just sit out here. It's very peaceful, especially in the hot summer. This is super peaceful because it's like nice breeze and green, super green, shaded. Ride my bike out here. Yep.
So anybody who wants to, who's a runner, anybody who can find, see, and you can always find money in Wood Springs as well. So $5. So
Dang, you're rich.
and I think it's always the perfect time to tell you, Dave, that I really appreciate becoming president.
Oh, and I think it's a really good time to shake your hand and say, thank you,
Yes.
Torry. Thank you so much. There's no one I would rather have be president than you.
Thank you.
There's nobody dumb enough to take that job.
Well, Dave, you've been
Dumb enough? I've been dumb enough to have
a long time,
Yeah, 10 years.
but also to provide all that guidance and history and ability that you have.